reason 95% of website designers still don't have clients is because of this. The client booking recipe. And when you're missing even just one ingredient, the whole thing falls flat, like a cake that just never rises. Sadly, by the end of this video, many of you are going to realize that the reason your client work is so inconsistent or just non-existent is because you've been only focusing on one or two of the ingredients. Maybe your portfolio, maybe your pricing, but I'm afraid that a half-finished recipe does not bring in clients. Now, you've probably been told countless times before, just post your portfolio, put yourself out there, lower your prices, be everywhere on social media, but it's actually not true. Because getting clients isn't about doing all of the things or being everywhere, it's about putting together the right combination of ingredients in the right order so your work actually attracts the clients that you want to work with. And without that, most new designers waste months, sometimes years, waiting for referrals that just never come. Or pitching 5 people, hearing nothing and giving up, or dabbling on 7 different social platforms hoping that one of them finally works, or forcing themselves to go to networking events even when they're introverts, or running ads that just don't convert, or guesting on podcasts with no clear way to turn that into actual bookings. Now, the problem isn't that you're not trying hard enough, it's that you've been following a recipe that was just never gonna work in the first place. But does that mean you need to have the biggest portfolio, or charge the cheapest prices, or hustle on every social platform? Actually, no, it's none of those things. Because again, booking web design clients isn't about doing more, it's about doing the right things, the right ingredients in the right order to attract dream clients consistently. And that's why most designers stay stuck, because without even realizing it, they've been skipping key steps in the recipe. But once you know what those ingredients are, everything changes. Now you're probably wondering, well, what are the ingredients page? So let me walk you through the client booking recipe. And this first one is where almost every new website designer gets stuck. Ingredient number 1, dream client clarity. You have to deeply understand who it is that you want to work with and what problems they actually want solved. And this is where almost every website designer, the new ones, get stuck. You'll hear people say things like, oh, I just want to work with small businesses, or I like working with women-owned businesses, or I'd like to work with anyone who needs a website. But that's like saying, I want to cook dinner for humans. And none of us go out to eat by looking for the food for humans restaurant. We pick based off of what we're craving. A cozy Italian restaurant with handmade pasta, or a sushi place with fancy tasting menus, or a kid-friendly brunch spot with high chairs and pancakes, or a high-end Michelin star place with wine pairings for a special occasion. Different people have different tastes and needs and vibes and budgets, and websites work the exact same way. Your dream clients are looking for someone who specializes in their kind of plate. One of my students was stuck trying to market to small businesses for months, and they were not having an easy time of it. But when she narrowed in and positioned herself as the go-to designer for custom home builders, and then created a premium service packaging which specifically met those needs, her projects jumped to 10K plus each, and she's been fully booked ever since. Now that shift, that's the starting ingredient. And once you get clarity here, everything else becomes so much easier to build. Inside of my dream client booking blueprint, I walk you step by step through how to nail your dream client clarity, create your portfolio anchor, and confidently price your services and land those first few paying projects, even if you're starting completely from scratch. I'll link it below if you want to dive deeper into that after the video. Ingredient number 2, the portfolio anchor. This is where so many new designers spin their wheels. They think, oh my gosh, I need 10 projects before I can get hired by anyone, or I need a huge portfolio in order to look legitimate. But that's like thinking that you need to bake 12 different cakes just to convince someone that you can make one. In reality, your dream client doesn't care if you've done 10 random projects. They care, however, if you've done the one thing that looks exactly like what they want for their business. You don't need quantity, you need intentionality. The goal of your portfolio is to function like a menu for your dream clients. When they see it, they should instantly say, oh my gosh, that's exactly the vibe I was looking for. And here's the part that most beginners don't realize. If you don't have any real clients yet, it's actually not the problem. You could just create mock projects intentionally designed for your chosen niche to serve as a portfolio piece. For example, one of my students was focused on the custom home builders, and they didn't just wait to book her first client. She built a full demo website tailored to a high-end builder, showing off the kind of galleries and inquiry forms and luxury feel that speaks directly to that market. That one piece of intentional work has been the reason that builders reach out to her today saying, oh, we want a website just like that. And that's the power of your portfolio anchor. It's not just about proving you can build a website, it's about proving you understand their website. Now, ingredient number 3, an aligned pricing strategy. And this is where a lot of designers quietly self-sabotage themselves. Pricing feels confusing, intimidating, so most people either just pull a number out of thin air or charge what they think their client can afford, or worse, they go look at someone else's pricing and they just copy it. But pricing isn't about guessing, and it's not about copying. It's about understanding the value that your website creates for your specific dream client and packaging your service to reflect the value in a way that feels like a very safe yes for them. Imagine this. You have 2 clients. One is a hobby blogger who's just starting out. The other is a custom home builder who wants to land 4 more premium builds this year, and each project is worth $500,000 to their business. So for the builder, a website that can properly showcase their work, attract ideal clients, and converts leads isn't just a website. It's a sales tool that can help them bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars of new business. And that is a very different conversation than 5 pages and a contact form. And here's where so many new designers get stuck. They think, oh, well, I can't charge that much. I'm just starting out. Or I don't have a huge portfolio yet. Or I need to get more experience first. But your dream client is not buying your resume. They are investing in the outcome that you are helping them achieve. And here's the thing that's completely freeing once you see it. Experience is not measured in years. It's measured in mastery. You can spend 7 years casually DIYing websites and still not actually understand how to design for real business outcomes. Or you can spend a couple months intentionally learning conversion psychology and client positioning and design principles that actually helps your clients book more business. And that's exactly why I created my Square Secrets course, to give designers those client converting skills from the start. But honestly, once my students reframe their offers and their outcomes and position their work like a strategic asset, you can start confidently selling 8K packages to clients who are thrilled to invest that money. Because when you price based off outcomes delivered, your dream clients feel safe investing, and you finally feel confident charging what your work is actually worth. Ingredient number 4, getting in front of your dream client. Now, this is one of the biggest reasons that new designers feel stuck, because most people try to use advanced marketing strategies before they've built the foundation that they need to make those things work. So you've probably been told you need to build your Instagram and Pinterest following, start posting on LinkedIn, create content across multiple platforms, go to networking events, even if you're an introvert, sponsor events or run ads or guest on podcasts and mastermind calls. And the problem is that all of these strategies can work, but most of them are either ads expensive or time consuming or designed for long-term growth and not for booking your first client quickly. So what happens? You start implementing these long-term plays, content and visibility and ads, and you expect short-term results. But you're 20 blog posts in and you still don't see any clients, or you film 15 reels and there's no clients, or you run ads for 2 weeks and there's no clients, and then you feel like, I swear I'm doing everything right, but it is not working and maybe I'm just not cut out for this. But it's not that you're doing it wrong. You're just using the wrong tool for the wrong stage of your business. When you're just starting out, no clients, no referrals, no audience, then visibility tactics will always be painfully slow. And that's why pitching exists. Pitching allows you to go directly to the people who need your services today and get real conversations started now. It's not about mass blasting hundreds of businesses. It's about identifying real businesses who could genuinely benefit from what you do and inviting them into a simple, personalized conversation. You don't need to go building an audience to get started. You don't need thousands of followers or years of experience. You just need to start talking to the right people right now. And this is exactly what I walk you through inside of my Dream Client Booking Blueprint, where I give you the full system for landing your first 1 to 3 web design clients, even if you're starting completely from scratch. We nail down your dream client positioning, create your portfolio anchor, set your pricing with confidence, and show you exactly how to start having real conversations that lead to booked projects. The link is down below if you're ready for that step-by-step system. And if you want to go even deeper into how to price your design services and see exactly how some designers are confidently charging $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 for a website, make sure you watch this video next right here. That way you'll start seeing how all of these different pieces fit together.